You've probably done balance exercises. Maybe you stand on one foot while brushing your teeth. Maybe you walk heel to toe down the hallway a few times each morning. Maybe you follow along with a gentle chair yoga video once or twice a week. And honestly, those habits are not worthless. But here's the problem. A massive, clinically documented problem that almost no one in the senior health space is talking about. Real falls do not happen during balance exercises. They happen in the exact half second when something goes wrong that you did not see coming. A rug edge catches your toe. The step down from a curb is an inch higher than your foot expected. Someone bumps into you from the side at the grocery store. In that moment, your body has exactly one job: react fast enough to catch itself. Here is what decades of physical therapy research have made absolutely clear. Standing on one foot for 30 seconds trains almost none of that. There is a specific technique, a training method used every single day inside physical therapy clinics across the United States that actually targets the reflex your body needs in that critical moment. It is called reactive stepping. And once you understand what it is, what it does, and how to practice it safely at home, you will never look at your fall prevention routine the same way again. Most balance exercises are static. Static means you hold a position, and the goal is to hold it as long and as steadily as possible. One leg stand, tandem stance, eyes closed for extra difficulty. These exercises train what researchers call steady-state balance, your ability to maintain stability when the environment around you stays calm and predictable. That kind of training absolutely has its place. But here is the piece that most senior fitness content completely skips over. Life does not warn you before a fall. The falls most likely to seriously injure you are not the slow, gradual wobbles where you feel yourself going and have time to grab a nearby surface. They are the sudden perturbations, the unexpected bumps, the missteps, the stumbles that happen far faster than conscious thought can respond. 30 years of biomechanics research have established this with unusual clarity. A landmark study published in the Journal of Biomechanics found that the majority of fall-related injuries among older adults occur not because the person lost their balance and could not maintain it, but because their automatic stepping response was too slow to recover it before impact. Stay with that for a moment. The balance was disrupted, and the body failed to recover it in time. That recovery failure, that split-second gap, is precisely what your current balance routine almost certainly does nothing to address. Closing that gap is exactly what reactive stepping was designed to do, and that is where this video is taking you. When you start to fall, truly fall, not just wobble, your nervous system executes an automatic emergency program. Scientists call this the stepping strategy. The moment your center of mass moves too far beyond your base of support, your brain detects the instability and sends a high-priority motor command to your legs. A corrective recovery step fires in approximately 120 milliseconds. For context, the average human blink takes 150 to 400 milliseconds. For context, the average human blink depicts your stepping reflex is designed to operate faster than your own blink. Now here's the part that changes everything. That automatic stepping program is trainable. Just as reaction time in athletes improves through deliberate repetition, your stepping reflex can become faster, more decisive, and more accurate if you train it the right way. Or, if you never train it specifically, it becomes slower, less reliable, and more hesitant as you age. This is exactly what happens in adults over 60 who focus exclusively on static balance holds and never challenge their reactive response. The deliberate practice of triggering and refining that stepping reflex is what physical therapists call reactive stepping. It is not passive. It is not slow or meditative. It is about intentionally creating the conditions that force your body to step and repeating that training signal until the response becomes fast and instinctive. Physical therapy clinics have used reactive step protocols for more than 2 decades, with patients recovering from strokes, hip replacements, Parkinson's disease, and vestibular disorders. The research outcomes are remarkably consistent. A peer-reviewed meta-analysis tracking nearly 800 older adults found that reactive step training reduced fall rates by up to 50% compared to conventional balance exercise programs alone. 50%. That is not an incremental improvement. That is a complete transformation in your personal risk profile. Here's the legitimate question this raises. If reactive step training is this well documented, if physical therapists have relied on it for decades, Why is virtually none of this covered in YouTube fall prevention content? The answer is uncomfortable but straightforward. Most YouTube balance content is built around simplicity and visual safety. Static holds are easy to film, they look calm and appropriate. They are impossible to perform dangerously on camera, and they require no special knowledge to demonstrate. Reactive step training historically required a clinical environment, perturbation treadmills, computerized force plate systems, a licensed therapist standing close enough to catch you if the training drill itself caused a stumble. Without that supervision and equipment, the conventional wisdom has always been that reactive training is too unpredictable for independent home practice. What changes that assumption entirely is something you already have in your kitchen: your counter. A sturdy, fixed counter edge gives you the essential safety net that makes reactive stepping trainable at home without clinical supervision. You are not practicing these exercises in open space and hoping for the best. You have a solid surface within arm's reach at all times, close enough to catch yourself instantly if needed. That single environmental variable, counter present versus no counter, is what unlocks the ability to train your stepping reflex at home, safely, starting today. Here are the 2 exercises you can begin using immediately. Both are performed at your kitchen counter. Neither requires special equipment, specific footwear, or prior physical therapy experience. And both directly apply the core principles used in clinical reactive step training programs. The first drill is called the counter tap step step. Stand facing your kitchen counter. Place both hands lightly on the surface, fingertip contact only, not a tight grip. Now deliberately shift your body weight quickly to your left foot. Let your right foot respond by stepping laterally outward, about shoulder width apart. Then immediately step it back to center. Shift your weight right. Let your left foot step out. Return. The word respond is doing all the meaningful work in this description. You are not choreographing a step sequence from memory. You are training your body to react automatically to a sudden weight shift, the same internal trigger that precedes a real-world stumble. Do 5 clean repetitions to each side. Rest for 30 seconds, then repeat the set. The second drill is called the forward reach and recover. Still at your counter. Feet hip-width apart, fingertips resting lightly on the edge. Extend your right arm forward. Reach further than feels fully balanced, just past the point where your weight wants to follow your arm out. Let your nervous system's stepping response fire. Your right foot should naturally move forward to recover your center of mass. Return to starting position. Alternate sides. As your confidence builds over the first few weeks, gradually increase the reach distance by a small margin. Just enough that your body must genuinely commit to each recovery step. Your nervous system adapts to controlled challenge, not to comfort. These 2 drills combined take less than 5 minutes a day. Practice daily. They send a precise, consistent training signal to the exact neural pathways that any real-world stumble will demand peak performance from. That is the entire point. This is the question most people arrive here wanting answered. And the research gives an answer that is more encouraging than most people expect. Studies consistently show that stepping latency, the speed at which the automatic stepping reflex fires in response to a destabilizing event, improves measurably in adults over 60 within 4 to 6 weeks of regular reactive step training. 4 to 6 weeks of 5-minute daily sessions. That means in less than 2 months, your body's emergency recovery system can become meaningfully faster. Day to day, the change may feel subtle, but in the one moment that truly matters, the split second of an unexpected stumble, that improvement is the margin between catching yourself and hitting the floor. The durability findings are equally important. Studies that measured older adults at 6 months after completing a reactive step training program found that the reflex improvements were largely retained, even in participants who had stopped formal training after the study ended. Your brain, once it learns to step quickly and accurately, holds on to that learning. Neurological movement patterns built through high-attention, repetitive practice become structurally embedded in the motor system. The 5 minutes you commit to your counter drills today are not simply exercise, they are lasting architecture inside your own nervous system. And that architecture is what protects you when everything else moves too fast for thinking. Here's where I want you to land after watching this. You do not need a physical therapy clinic. You do not need specialized equipment or professional supervision. You need a kitchen counter and 5 intentional minutes per day. Begin with the counter tap step this week. Add the forward reach and recover in week 2. After 4 consistent weeks, Notice how your body responds when you move quickly, when you turn suddenly, when you catch yourself on uneven ground. When something surprises you, that response will feel different, faster, more automatic, more trustworthy. That is your stepping reflex, adapting. That is reactive stepping working. Every week on this channel, we go beyond the simplified, generic fall prevention content that dominates YouTube and deliver the specific, evidence-backed methods that physical therapists and senior health researchers actually use with adults over 60. If this video gave you something real, something genuinely new, subscribe and hit the notification bell. The next video covers something equally overlooked and equally important, and you will not want to miss it. Your balance is not fixed. Your reflexes are not permanently locked in place. Your nervous system is still fully trainable right now, today, right there at your kitchen counter.